Welcome back to TradeSmart. Recently, I came across a video which showcased a machine learning indicator built for TradingView. It's called the Machine Learning Lorentz Classification, and it is also featured in TradingView's Editor's Pick section. This means that the TradingView team themselves think that it's a great tool, and I have to agree. The indicator prints simple green and red arrows, which are the buy and sell signals. The indicator also displays different values under each bar, signaling the strength of the current trend. A positive value indicates a bullish trend, while a negative value a bearish trend. The higher the value, the stronger the trend is. What I love about this indicator is that it's based on several well-known indicators like RSI, CCI or ADX, and has a lot of parameters that can be optimized. If you want to know more about this indicator, I've linked it in the description below. After some testing on the BTC USDT 50-minute chart, I realized that while the indicator can give great entry signals, it can also give a lot of fake ones. I started developing an objective, rules-based trading strategy that can eliminate as many fake signals as possible while keeping the good ones. And in this video, I am going to show you exactly how I build the strategy and then backtest it 100 times. As always, if you want to support our work and want to see more content like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and check out our Patreon for highly customizable TradingView scripts. Without further ado, let's get right into it. For this strategy, we will be using a variety of indicators to make sure our strategy is as robust as possible. First of all, we will need an entry signal indicator, and luckily we already have that, the Lorentz classification. Moving on, a stop loss and take profit indicator is needed to help manage the positions. I will be also looking for a trend filter that shows the general trend of the market and helps us to avoid counter trend trading. I will also take a look on momentum or volatility indicators that can signal when the asset has potential for big moves in the near future. Additionally, I will be using a volume filter to indicate if there's a higher than average interest for buying or selling the asset. Finally, I will check if using a time limiter that tells us which days or sessions or hours are better to avoid helps or not. Okay, as I said, we already got the entry signal indicator, which is the Lorentz classification. I decided to use the default settings. Next up, I had to find a trend filter. Some time before, I used trend ribbon indicators, which are basically a collection of moving averages in just one indicator. After some research, I stumbled upon the EMA ribbon, an indicator that prints EMAs with different lengths and colors them if they line up correctly. By using default settings, the indicator prints the 21, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and finally the 200 EMA. The rule for this trend filter is very simple. We can only enter into a long if the EMA ribbon is green and the price closes above the 200 length EMA. Similarly, we can only enter into a short if the ribbon is red and the price closes under the 200 EMA. Once I got the entry signal and the trend filter indicators, the next step was to decide on a stop loss and take profit placement. As usual, I started with a simple ATR based stop loss and tested 14 and 15 length ATR with a 2.5 ATR distance stop loss. I also tried different ATR distances and multiple exit methods, but none of them seemed good enough. Most of the time, the strategy missed a few huge winners because of the stop loss, and when I tried a bigger stop loss, the profits made by most of the trades were minimal. Then I thought, what if I don't even use a stop loss? I know, it might sound absurd, but hear me out. We already have an entry signal indicator that signals when to go short or long, so we can simply use it to exit each trade. I backtested this method by using 100% of the capital on each trade, and the results were the best so far. The biggest losses weren't so big, mostly around 0.2 to 1% of the capital, so I decided to use this method moving forward. It was time to add a volume filter. For volume filtering, I chose the volume oscillator. This filter will show the strength of the trend to ensure we are only entering in trades with a strong volume behind them. This indicator oscillates between a negative 50% and positive 50% depending on how strong the volume is. First, I tried the default settings, but it didn't give me the results I wanted. So, I doubled each parameter to make it react slower to volume changes. It might seem counterintuitive to use a slow reacting indicator, but it turned out to be the right move in this case. I backtested it and it gave me relatively good results. So, the rule for this volume filter is the following. We can only enter into any position if the oscillator value is above the zero line, simple as that. I also tried some other indicators like the candle momentum, the ADX, and the modified RSI filter which was shown in the original video, but they didn't impress me. I even tried filtering out weekends, since trading Bitcoin on weekends often leads to losses. However, it turned out that the strategy was already mostly avoiding weekends, and the trades it would have eliminated were some big winners. So we now have our final strategy. During the strategy development process, I managed to document some of the backtesting results. If you are interested in them, I've included a Google Drive link in the description where you can check it out. As the full strategy only uses 2 filters, I'm sure with some time and effort you can create a better version of this. Try adding some more filters or play around with the parameters and see what you can get. You can also try other timeframes, as I've only used the 15-minute. If you succeed and create a better strategy, share it with me and the community in the comment section. And now, let's see the 100 trade backtest. If you want to get access to our highly optimized and customizable premium TradingView scripts that are designed for trading automation and are already proven to be profitable on live market data, check out our Patreon page and become a Smart Trader tier member. By becoming our Patreon supporter, you will also get access to the TradeSmart Discord, where you can exchange ideas with other like-minded traders who have already profited using our automated scripts, and you can also connect with us, the TradeSmart team. Get started now by clicking the link in our description or the pop-up in the top right corner. And the results are in. After 100 trades on the BTC USDT 50-minute chart, the strategy had 34 winners and 66 losses, bringing the strategy to a 55.2% net profit with a whopping 2.23 profit factor. The time it took to complete the 100 trades was 190 days, which means that the average daily profit was 0.29%. Looking at the equity curve, we can see an exponential growth with a few bigger pullbacks. Starting from the beginning, the strategy had a pretty long losing streak, but after the 31st trade, it recovered all the previous losses with just a few trades and had a nice growth until the end. Equity curves like this means the strategy is great for catching the big trending moves, but it fails to profit in low volatility sideways trending markets. This is not necessarily a bad thing, as those big moves always recover the losses in this backtest. However, I have to say that I'm not completely satisfied with this equity curve, as 5-10 losses in a row usually comes with big drawdowns. In this case, the max drawdown was around 18%, which is just out of my preferred max drawdown range. But what are your thoughts? Would you trade a strategy like this? Let me know in the comment section. And that wraps up today's video. If you want to see the best strategy that I found and backtested so far, check out this video. And if you want to support us, check out our Patreon, drop a like on this video and subscribe. As always, thank you all for watching, have an amazing day and see you in the next video.